The eye, gives it to Beck, tries it up the middle, takes it outside, big hit by 58, Sinkovic 60, Malachowski, and number 1, Terry Meyer helped out there.
71,
Daukus,
and 71 Daukus is in there.
A loss of about a half a yard, second down and 11 yards to go.
Coach Williams talked about this at Supper Club and said that he felt the key, and of course, he's the guy who watches the 7,000 reams of film over this thing. He felt the key to the game was going to be sitting between the two lines.
Well, the key on offense, too, now is to watch number 13, their leading receiver, Muzinski. Tries the option, big play, number 58, Mike Sinkovic.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Wyoming's area is doing, but whoever's on 58 either isn't watching what's happening or is being completely dominated. But Sinkovic in the first two plays has murdered them.
It sort of looked like an option play of a sort. It looked like he was going down the line with the fake dive and then kicking out around the end.
Third down, 13 yards to go. Definite passing situation for the Warriors. We'll look at number 12, Marinacci, the quarterback, and also you want to look at Musinski, number 13, and number 80, Adam Kowalczyk. Single back. Beck is the lone back. In motion. Big rush from Jeff Evans. Intercepted by Sebas on about the 5-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Now that time he went to the go-to guy, Muzinski, who had come in motion across the line of scrimmage, but he truthfully did. That's not a pass he should have thrown. Now Evans, of course, the dog had him under extreme pressure, but he threw into a lot of a crowd of people down there, and he overthrew it to start off with.
Overthrew, and it was a lob pass rather than something that's a little bit more on line.
That is the pass he throws, though. He threw that pass a lot last week and completed it, but he doesn't realize the defense that's back here.
Yeah, that's a little bit different now.
Out of the I formation, deep in their own territory, gives it to Veach. And he's hit at about the 4 or 5 yard line. No gain.
Well, the Warriors, of course, you get a big momentum boost there, and then you have it taken away from you, and sometimes that's the worst thing that can happen.
Oh, definitely,
yeah. You know, that's not something you want to happen.
Like, you know, it's like right in your face. You know, here it is. Okay, we gave it to you, and you couldn't do anything with it.
79 was on the tackle on that play, Greg Insulaco. Sebas back to pass, looks out at Smith, hits him on about the 11-yard line and a gain of 5 yards. Put Mike Smith right into this ball game and get him part of the action.
Well, Smitty's a guy we've been watching now, especially in the latter part of the season. He's really come on big time, and he's become a real fine receiver for us, and he's become a go-to guy. There's 3 or 4 of them now that you can throw the ball to, and they're going to catch it for you.
No, we got Smith, we got Van Doren, we have Chesney out there now, along with Paracella. So we have just so many backups.
Out of the split backs. Sebas rolls, going to keep the ball, takes it outside, and dives for a first down at about the 19-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes.
Number 23, I'll tell you what, 23 for Wyoming Area saved about another 20 yards of Sebas picking up there. He dove for his ankles and swiped at them, and that's how he made the tackle.
I had it on the binoculars. He went to the 19-yard line, and they have placed this ball on the 16.
Well, believe it or not, the referee that places the ball on the sideline was standing at the 19 himself and had to move back. Wow. So that was a really odd placement of the ball that time, but of course, he got tripped up and slid some, too, so that's kind of depending on where the guy wants to say he put his foot down at.
First down, Red Tornadoes.
It was important here that, of course, I think it was important that Big Red got the first down.
Yeah.
That we moved a little bit out of the shadow of our own goalpost, and we put some momentum together here. And really, this could be, if you turn this into a score somehow, this could be a real backbreaker for the Warriors to be down so close and have it turned on them.
Out of the I formation, Smith split far right. Paracella way left. We are on the visitor sideline, remember that. Give it to Veach, try him up the middle, and a big hit. 77 on the tackle. Again, the tackle over there, that was Andy Kovic. Oh, and 23 also in there, Piccone, the linebacker.
The linebacker, I think, Piccone, he is keying on Veach no matter wherever Veach gets the ball and where he's going. Yeah, he's just running to that position, so that is his key.
Out of the I. Try Bailey, up the middle, big hole, gain of about 7 yards, close to a first down, but it'll be short by about 1 yard.
That time you saw a straight 53 defense, 3 linebackers, and you saw the left side linebacker, Key Veach. As soon as Veach made the turn, he did, and he vacated the hole that Bailey eventually ran through. And that's what you're going to see the rest of the evening. You first have to find out who it is that's going to key Veach. When you find out who's keying him, you can start to play off of that key a little bit for the rest of the game.
Because he's taking himself out of the play.
Right.
Power formation to the left side. They go behind the power. First down and more. Veach nearly breaks it and gets to the 38-yard line. Nice run. Good hold by the left side of the Red Tornado line.
I'll tell you what, there's the key. There's the case there. We see number 23 keying on Veach, keying on Veach. And what we did, we brought number 60, Malachowski, in, and Malachowski put the block on number 23.
7:58 left in the first quarter. PIAA championship action here from Kemp Memorial. Go with the power backs again to the left side. Going to try Bailey behind the power. And looks like he gained maybe about a yard or two.
That's the first time we've seen that power, that strong power, go to the left. We're usually running that to the right side.
Right.
But take a look at what Wyoming Area did. They brought their defensive back up into the tackle spot, and their linebacker slid over into that spot also.
Yeah, but you know what? That can just be a setup play for Coach Whitey Williams.
And
keep that happening and then bring the quarterback to the right side of the field, and it's a touchdown.
Well, the other thing, if you remember last week, what we saw was Bailey break to the right. Blocking goes left, we break right.
Split backs for the Red Tornadoes. Cuff comes to the right side at tight end. Blitz. They're going to try the draw, and Sebas gets tackled for about a 2-yard loss.
That was a full blitz by the linebacker that time coming across.
And that's that draw play, and it's not going to work when you have that blitz coming.
You can't work it into the blitz. No, absolutely not. And they came right up the middle. The blitz was a middle blitz right between the nose tackle there. They came right off of his hip, so it just wasn't the right play to run into that particular defense, but those things happen.
Third down, 11 yards to go. 6:35 left in the first quarter. Paracella split far right along with Van Doren. Van Doren and Paracella to the right side. Out of the shotgun. Snap back to Sebas. Has to run. Turns it on. Still clipping down the feet. Look, it's Paracella coming back, and Sebas just keeps the ball and takes a hit for about a 1-yard loss. Bailey open on that play, and Sebas just couldn't tuck it away. Couldn't throw. There was no chance to throw.
No.
Fourth down in a punting situation for the Red Tornadoes.
And their defense, if you take a look at their defenses, it seems to be like a man-to-man on everybody. Everybody's pointing that I got this man, I got the tight end.
Snaps back from Meyer to Sinkovich. End over end kick, a bad kick, and goes out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. No run back. First down and 10. Warriors with 6:01 left on the clock.
Well, he had a funny spin on that kick. It hit the ground and went directly to the sideline. It never moved an inch one way or the other, just right to the sideline that time. And we're still in this feeling out process here. We got to find out what everybody's doing.
The one neat thing we saw there, we saw 2 receivers get wide open coming back to the ball. So it'll happen. Marinacci splits everybody right. Weird formation, wasn't it, guys?
You knew he had to come right.
Pitched a back, and he's coming right, but he's not going very far. About a 1-yard or 2-yard gain. Tackle made by Cuff and 47, Steve Sinkovich.
That's as power of a formation as you can throw up there. Right. He still only got a yard out of it.
And actually, he was hit behind the line and still made 2 yards.
Number 92, Dean Williams, the tight end, comes up limping pretty bad on that play. He took a shot from Malachowski. Second down, 9 yards to go. Back to pass, looks on a fly pattern. Chesney's with him. Good play, Nick Chesney. The All-Stater makes a great play.
He's the man. He is absolutely the man. Musinski, 13 for the Warriors, had 55 catches in the season for 956 yards. And that time, and we're told at least that he's looking at a 4.6 speed, 4.7 speed. That time Chesney stepped for step and played the ball perfectly.
Yeah, Chesney's the same speed. Let's put it that way.
That's what we're told about Musinski. So, but again, you're going to learn very early in this game if you're the Warriors, and I don't know how you didn't learn it already, that you're not going to throw on Chesney. It's not going to happen.
Third down and about 9 yards to go. Back to pass. Marinacci looks over the middle. Incomplete.
Nice.
Great play. Number 5, Nick Sebas, and a big hit by number 2, Chesney.
Chesney's, he's wound up tonight.
Yes,
folks.
he is. Now, I'll tell you what, ever since about the last game of the season, this defensive back team has really come on for the Tornadoes. You take a look at that play there. We're playing man-to-man, very tight, and there's Nick Sebas doing exactly what he's supposed to do as a free safety. Make sure the man is covered, and you're going for the ball.
Deep for the Red Tornadoes, Sebas and Veach. Snaps back, it's low. Oh, just gets it away. Bounces in front of Veach, picks it up on the 19 and makes a nice cut. Flags on the play and a penalty. This one's coming back. And it happened behind the play. That's what's really sad, guys. It was a block that didn't have to happen. So this one again will put the Red Tornadoes very deep in their own territory.
Yeah, we're winning the ground game here, you know, on punts. Now we got, instead of having the ball on the 47-yard line, it's going to be pulled back within the 10.
This is a 45-yard penalty against the Red Tornadoes if you look at it that way.
Well, you cannot make mistakes like that in a game like this.
Right, not in this game.
Every mistake you make here changes the complexion of the game. And this is, as we know, folks, 1 and out here. You don't get a second shot at this baby. So Big Red finds itself again dropped into a hole just inside their own 10-yard line. So, and what happens now is that you've kind of hamstrung yourself offensively because you can't use the whole offense.
Right.
You got to be a little careful of what you're doing. You certainly can't have a turnover. You be careful with what kind of pass you decide to throw if you do. So it's just a more difficult situation to try to work from here in such a big game.
4:54 left in the first. First down and 10 for the Red Tornadoes out of the I formation. Tries to Veach, tried to take it outside, and a great play by number 77. Which is the right tackle, Andy Kovic. Second down and about 9 yards to go.
We've had the success we've had running so far has been straight up the middle. That's where we seem to be getting the most room at right now.
Out of the split backs, pitch back to Veach, tries it outside, cuts it back, and gets up to the 19-yard line.
Ball's on the ground.
Gets on the 19-yard line. We'll have a third down and 1 yard to go.
Excellent move. That was a good play, and the reason it was a good play, it takes the defensive tackle right out of the play. We're thrown. We pitched out around the end very quickly.
Pitch around them, and you're gonna solve that problem of penetration on the end. And of course, you have the speed to do that, which is what's even nicer. All you got to do there is get a step on somebody, and you can break it.
4 minutes left in the first quarter. Big third down play here for the Red Tornado offense.
5-man front, but look how packed up we are here, guys, on defense.
Going to try Veach right over that spot. Gain of 3 yards, first down.
I tell you, the Warriors are setting themselves up, though, for a long pass play here. They really are. They are not afraid to jam the line of scrimmage in any situation right now.
Well, you know, what we've seen with the speed and everything, too. Also, you jam everybody up. Now, all of a sudden, if we get a back past the linebacking core that they have, we're gone because there's nobody back there to defend.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's a chess game right now to see what we're going to be doing here.
Out of the I formation. Van Doren and Paracella split. Tries Bailey up the middle. Big hole. Still on his feet. First down. Red Tornadoes at the 34-yard line. Hard run by Al Bailey.
And Bailey has really come on. There's not enough you can say about Bailey right now. Really, and he's become, as you get into the playoffs and you start to see the real good teams, they start to say, I'm going to take away the weapon. I'm going to take away Veach.
Right.
I'm going to look at Sebas. I'm going to try to finish Sebas from getting around the end. But there you got Bailey, and we said it from the beginning. Bailey is like the second or third fastest guy on the team. He's one of the hardest runners we've had in a long time. You can't cover him if you're covering everybody else. If you're throwing a linebacker out of that formation to look at Veach every time, then you're going to have serious problems with Bailey running right through the middle of the line, which he's doing now.
Red Tornadoes in split back put Bailey in motion. Going to have Sebas keep the ball, cuts it back up the field, finds running room, runs into his own tackle, first down, and had he not run into Vogler, it was gone.
Yep, that was a nice play. And again, you see the backside quick pressure from the Warriors. We have not seen that from another team, and that's the second or third time we saw them do it. So they have a scheme here to defense that keeper that Sebas had.
And actually, Vogler made a good block and was just getting downfield. It wasn't his fault. See, he was getting down there to block.
Right. The thing is, Vogler's supposed to release, remember. This is student body. Vogler's supposed to release and go downfield, and it was his man that was chasing Sebas at the beginning. So, you know, now you're in a catch-22. Now you got to hold Vogler up a little bit to contain his man.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Bailey off the left side, finds some running room, a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. And the longer you keep it out of Wyoming Area's hands, the better it is for the Red Tornadoes.
Ball controls everything here, and it seems unlike other games, this is a game where we seem intent on running that ball and just smacking it down the field, and we feel it looks at least. Yeah, that's a hard word.
That's a hard word.
It looks at least to me that's exactly what we want to do. We want to establish a ground game and just keep pounding it onto the ground, and sometimes that's how you win championships.
Lone back. Sebas has time, looks across the middle. Double coverage, incomplete.
Yeah, the guy actually that you should have been watching there was number 8, Smith. Smith had come clean on the sideline, and Nick just didn't see him, but you can bet we're going to see that play run again because they double covered Paracella, knowing that he was the go-to guy. But I think you're gonna hear Coach Williams send a play in, and he's gonna whisper into Nick's ear, keep your eye on the slot back coming on the other side.
Well, the other play there is the middle was wide open because that linebacker dropped back with Paracella. Drop your tight end off for a short pass.
How about a delayed draw too, huh, guys? Same movement.
Blitz.
There it is.
There's the delayed draw, but they knew it was coming that time. Everybody coming on that play. Fourth down for the Red Tornadoes, but they can gain field position here with a good punt.
Yeah, I don't think the delayed draw is the play going to make much this time.
Probably,
because
in that case, they're probably a screen to the left or someplace out of the middle.
They're shooting the linebacker. That's the third time on a third down play we saw the linebacker shoot like that. And once he comes through the middle, he tears up that delayed.
Snap back from Meyer to Zinkovic. It is blocked. I'll give it a block on that one. He got his hands in there. Down by Zinkovic for no gain, and boy, that is bad thing to happen in this ball game, guys.
Well, you gave up a little field position is what's going to happen there. The field position should have turned our way a little bit, and it didn't. But right now, I mean, the way we're playing defense, that's not the end of the world. I mean, they haven't done anything offensively so far, but you do wish that you don't have to start every drive at your goal line like we have.
52 seconds left in the first quarter. I think the refs were trying to figure out whose ball it was. That's a difficult decision when you get to the finals of the PIAA, Warren. Wow.
I'm not touching that.
Took them a while to move the chains.
Yeah.
Split backs for Wyoming Area. One of the faster defensive lines that we've seen, though.
Yeah.
But it helps when the blitz is coming, too, right?
Yeah. They're putting a lot of pressure on the front of the line right now.
Going to try Beck. And Beck goes nowhere in the middle, down on the bottom, 54. Nope, 50. 58, Mike Zinkovic.
See, what you're seeing there, though, is and this is the second or third time we've seen this middle of the line. Evans is completely having the center for lunch right now.
Yeah.
And once he got the center so tied up like that, now the guard is screwed up because he's bounced into him. And it's just, I mean, when the back hit the line of scrimmage, he ran straight into the back of his own 2 guys and couldn't go anywhere.
3 receivers out there for Wyoming Area. Looks on that fly pattern again. Got him this time. Touchdown, Wyoming Area. Usinski is known for that pass. It's a fade pass, and he can catch it.
Yeah, that was a nice play that time by Marinucci. He threw the ball real well and just led Musinski enough and put the ball into the end zone, and a quick early score now and the lead for the Warriors.
Number 12, the quarterback will be the kicker, Marinachi.
Marianachi, as in Marian Catholic.
Marianachi kicks up, and it's no good.
He missed it.
With 16 seconds left in the first quarter. The Red Tornadoes down 6-0.
Now the only thing I saw with that play was Nick Chesney. Nick did come up about 3 yards off the line of scrimmage, and right before the ball was snapped, he then drifted back to about another 3 yards, about 6 yards off. By the time he read what the quarterback was doing, the ball was already in the air, and number 13 was behind him. You know, he's got to get back a little bit. You give him the short pass, you take the long pass off him.
Yep. That's what he's going to throw, though. He is going to throw that long pass.
Well, Mount Carmel area finds itself in a very unfamiliar position this year, actually down 6 points. And unfortunately, they find him in that position in an Eastern semifinal state playoff game. So this is where it's really going to show where the Big Red's going to come back here with a vengeance and tear this game wide open.
Well, and you see they're double teaming Paracella. You wonder if Musini, maybe Muzinski better get double teamed too, Warren, you know.
Now here's the case here, number 13 kicked off on the right half, or number 12 on the right hash mark the last time.
They're changing it this time.
This time they're bringing it over to the left hash mark. Now remember, the last time he didn't kick the ball.
That 23 did?
Yeah.
23, Tony Paccioni.
Again.
Paccioni's doing it again. Bounces in the direction of Sinkovic, still bouncing around, taken by Veach, and brings it back at the 20-yard line. Cuts it back up the middle to the 22, and it's an interesting kick, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
On the bright side of it, Big Red starts out with the best field position of the evening so far, and the ball is sitting down at the 22-yard line, so you can tell that we've been having a heck of a time getting on track here, starting usually at the 5 or the 10-yard line.
Well, when you start on the 22, though, that's not even the best field position, is it, guys?
Well, especially there. It looked like Veach was trying to make a cut, and he slipped, so it might be a little slippy down there.
Tries Veach behind the power and gets only about maybe 3 yards on the left side. Oh, a little farther than that. 4-yard gain, and that's the end of the first quarter. The score, the Wyoming Area Warriors 6, the Red Tornadoes nothing.
Well, an interesting first quarter. Of course, Big Red, the first mistake of the game when they let the ball get taken by them in the kickoff, and of course then fought off bad field position the whole rest of the game, and then had the poor punt, which set the Warriors up in good field position, and then eventually the pass for the touchdown. But one of the things to consider here is that the Warriors have not gained a yard offensively. They are right now in deficit yardage on the ground. So that's something to remember here. The passing game will become more and more important, I think, to the Warriors as the game wears on, and that's something we need to be really aware of. They're soon going to find out or soon realize that they are not going to run the ball with any consistency, and we knew that. We knew that any team coming in, he just doesn't. I mean, this, as we said last night or last week, this defense is the all-time leading defense for rushing yardage. So what are you going to do? You can't do what you can't do, but they can pass the ball. And we warned them. We warned you a little bit in the beginning that tandem of Musinski and Marianachi was going to be something you had to watch. Now he does. If you take a look, Musinski has 55 catches. Right. Okay. But no one else has more than 10. Right. So, I mean, he is absolutely the go-to guy here, and he's the guy we're going to have to pay attention to for the remainder of the game.
Well, right now the Red Tornadoes need to sustain a drive here at the second quarter mark and get things rolling. Out of the power. Gives it to Steve Sinkovic. Takes it outside and gets maybe about a 3-yard gain to the 30-yard line. That was Sinkovic out of the fullback spot.
Yes, it was.
Yep. Now Bailey is coming back into the lineup.
Big third down play for the Red Tornadoes.
Here we see Sinkovic and Bailey now in the backfield along with Veach in that power formation.
Going to Bailey behind a lot of people. He breaks it loose at about the 45. Turns on the speed. This may be a touchdown. Bailey has it.
Yes, he does.
Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
And we said that from the beginning with Bailey. They're going to start keying Veach. They're going to key Veach that time. You saw Veach come at you in the power, and they saw Bailey take the ball. You saw a crushing block by Sinkovic on the crashing in, which was his. Had he not made the block, the play's dead.
Right.
So you bring him in to make the block, and boom, in 2 seconds, it's a 6-6 ball game. We're about to kick an extra.
And
point.
I saw Al Bailey turn on some speed.
Well, we had told you he's what on a team with the fastest backfield in the state of Pennsylvania. He's the third fastest guy on the team.
He's
what
the
does that
third
tell you?
fastest, and he's the fullback yet.
Snap back from Elster Paracelsus, and Kovic's kick is up, and it's
Flag
good.
on the play. Flag on the play.
With 11:10 left, the score: Red Tornadoes 7, Wyoming Area 6. Uh-oh. It's coming back, guys. Offside, Wyoming area.
Decline.
They look at the bus and say, what are you doing, big guy?
Decline it.
No. You never know here. We're going to decline it here, yes. But we have seen this many times where Whitey has taken that when that penalty brings him down 1 yard and he goes for 2.
Indication. Offside, Wyoming area.
Decline it.
No way, decline it.
He's going to go for 2. He is going to, this is what I said, when they move the ball to the 1, he's done it consistently. He looks to be going for 2. They're going to take the penalty. They're going to take the point off the scoreboard. It's now 6-6, and Big Red will go for a 2-point conversion with 11:10 left in the second period, ladies and gentlemen. This is gutsy football here, folks.
You bet.
This is a man making a gutsy football call. Lines up in that power formation. He's got Bailey and Sinkovic again with Veach in the back.
You took a point off the board. A point off the board, no good. And with 11:10, the score is tied. Wow.
Unusual call that time by Big Red, but he felt he could put it in with the 2 points. And Veach was stopped, and from 1 yard out, yet they stopped Veach cold with the power formation, and now it's a 6-6 ball game.
Wow.
Excellent run by Bailey, though. I mean, you go back to that touchdown.
Right.
You look at speed there all the way down the field, and he did make, I'll tell you what beautiful balance.
Great balance in that hit.
He was hit on the line of scrimmage and had to regain his balance on the about 7 yards off the line, and then still took off. Now, you think at that point he has to build up speed again.
Right.
The defense already has the angle on him, and Bailey takes off and scores.
Yeah, he simply outran everybody at the end of the play there, and that's what we said. I mean, he is a threat, and he has come on so strong in the last 4 games.
Yep. And what's really great about this, you know, and you did allude to it at the beginning, where everybody is keying on Veach, keying on Veach. Now all of a sudden you got Bailey. Bailey breaks up. He picks up a first down, 20 yards, another first down, 15. Now scores on maybe a 70-yard run. And what that does, it loosens everybody up on Veach.
Right.
It has to.
That linebacker's now thinking twice about making that move until he sees who has the ball.
Mike Sinkovic to kick off for the Red Tornadoes. Big kick, going to be taken by number 13, Muzinski, at about the 11-yard line. Breaks it up to the sideline, turns on that 4.6 speed, and gets out of bounds at the 41. Great run by Muzinski. First down and 10, Wyoming area. He's got some speed too there, Warren.
Oh yeah, well we heard he did. We heard he was 4.5, 4.6. There's a penalty flag down on the field, and I didn't see it myself, but where it's sitting at, looks like it'll go against the Warriors.
It was called by the right line judge. They're discussing the penalty right now, and flag waved off.
That's unusual too. We've seen a couple of unusual moments in time here in this game.
What's really unusual is somebody picked the ball up. Oh,
no,
he's got a guy spotted here.
Right where he had out of bounds. That's exactly where he had it.
First down and 10 from the 41-yard line. Again, Wyoming area Warriors with great field position. Marinacci out of the split back formation. Muzinski split far left. Back to pass, looks at him out there, has him on the 41, and Chesney pushes him out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain. This looks like it's going to be a Muzinski night.
Well, they're gonna do it. You know, I mean, we've seen that for the last maybe 4 or 5 games. We're putting Chesney one-on-one on their best receiver, and they're going to him.
Well, what it also shows is that it looks like the Warriors have given up on the dominance of the running game a little bit now, and are passing actually on first down here. So
yeah, but all they have to do is double up on with Chesney.
Same formation and same play. This time
pitch back to back, and a big hit by number 47, Stephen Kovich.
That was hello, how are you on that one. Beck completely murdered on that play.
I mean, that must have been a beautiful stunt play in the center of that line there, because Stephen Kovich was not even touched coming out of that linebacking spot.
Third down, about 9 yards to go, 10:33 left in the first half.
So far here in the half, their rushing statistics are going to be horrible. They are not even going to want to see these at halftime. They have not been able to do anything on the ground right now. So again, now with this situation, with a 3rd and 8, you know you're going to start seeing a pass from Marinacci. He looks right to 13 again.
Oh, almost intercepted by number 2, Nick Chesney.
Yeah,
4th down.
There's a flag on the play. I saw the flag come out right at the beginning of the play. It's sitting right down in front of the Warrior bench.
I think somebody was either lined up offsides, because they were pretty close. Right where we were standing, it sort of looked like somebody was.
Now it's the other thing you're going to have to see here now that it's obvious now is that Muzinski caught 55 passes because they don't really throw to anyone else.
Right.
He does not even look at anyone else. Now, 80, the only other guy that's coming here is Kowalczyk. He's the senior tight end. They're putting him in motion and bringing him away from where the pass is, but they're not throwing to him. I mean, it's just that he's not even looking his way to throw the pass to him. So
what you do, you double up on him and play everybody else man-to-man.
Yeah.
Number 13 is Rich Muzinski in punt formation. Or Marinacci, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Snaps back, almost blocked by the Red Tornadoes. They tipped it.
Yeah.
And
it's a good bounce, though.
Down to the 41-yard line. Great job by Stephen Kovich and 54, Jeff Evans. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 41-yard line. 9:56 left on the clock in this first half. A 6-6 tie.
Nice acting job that time by Marinacci.
Yes.
He wasn't touched yet. He made a great fall.
I'll tell you what, I do not know how Jeff, I mean, they tipped the ball, but I don't know how they didn't block it, the two of them.
They were right on top of it.
Out of a straight eye formation here. Bailey at fullback puts Van Doren in motion to the left side. Going to pitch to Veach and take him outside. Still on his feet and gains about maybe 5 yards up to the 45-yard line.
I mean, you have to give it to, to Wyoming Area. They do string the play out there. We are picking up about 2 or 3 yards on that play, the quick pitch
only
to the
3
outside.
yards, you're right.
But I'll tell you what, they're stringing it out very well.
Well, they're real quick in the linebacker position, and that's one of their real strengths. They're not real big, but they are real quick.
In particular, Paccioni, number 23.
Right.
Sivas to Bailey. Tries him up the middle. Good play made by 77 on the tackle for Wyoming Area, Kovich. Third down and about 5 yards to go.
There was a play where they dared you to throw the ball.
Right.
Because I don't know if you noticed enough, but there was a 7-man line that time. They had 7 men hunkered down on the line that time. So they're not a real straight 50 defense. They move in and out of a different defense depending on what the situation dictates on that particular down.
Out of the eye, we're going to come wide.
It is going wide.
He's got it wide. Veach can turn it on here at the 39, and a penalty flag way back after the play was over. And this is another dumb play by the Red Tornadoes. They're going to get called for something here, guys.
Yeah, it's in the backfield, so you know it's coming back. But a nice play that time by Veach. And again, it looks like the way to get Veach open here is to pitch it to him and get around the end quick. He has the speed there.
Exactly, and it falls, I'll tell you what, their defense falls into that play for the simple reason that they're bringing everybody up into the center of that line.
They're bunching the line up a lot, and that's exactly the play you want to use. And again, I said as this chess match continues, they are not going to be able to continue to force the line of scrimmage like that. It just doesn't happen through a whole game. And one of the things you just do see, even when you force the line and you run into it, in the case of Bailey, all you had to do is get behind it and get a couple of yards behind, and you're done. There's no one left.
Right.
You know, you're already down the field then. So that's the other hazard of actually lining the line of scrimmage with 7, 8 guys all the time.
Big third down play here. 3rd and 13 for the Red Tornadoes. Veach goes in motion. Looks at Bailey. Catches the ball about a yard short of a first down at the 49-yard line. Should be a punting situation for the Red Tornadoes.
Nice play that time, but the only question you have there is when you run that pattern, run it past the first down marker.
I think he was trying to get there.
Different look that time also, because we showed a reverse on that with Mike Smith coming around to the left-hand side.
Yeah, Big Red has shown a lot of diversity, and okay, there we have a delay of game, which is intentional, although I have no clue why, but it was an intentional delay of game, and I don't know what we were trying to see there.
Illegal participation, maybe, I don't know, or illegal substitution.
That may not be illegal.
No, same guys are in. They can't call this play because the same guys are in there.
Yeah, that's not a legal substitution. Nobody moved in or out.
Boy, I'll tell you what. When you're officiating a championship PIAA game, you got to be into it, and this guy is not.
I couldn't tell I couldn't even tell why he thought that. I mean, no one had left the huddle.
Hey guys, we're not punting.
Nope. Wyoming Area is calling a timeout.
The 4th and 3 now. Big Red lines up in that power formation that they did down at the goal line. But again, a gambling, gutsy call here by Coach Williams. The ball is sitting in Mount Carmel area territory, and there's 7:51 left here in the second period. So we're going to we're attempting to go and try to gain 3 yards on a 4th down play.
One thing Coach Williams was very upset at there was he had the play called.
Yes, he did.
And he did not let Wyoming Area know what was going on, and the official did.
Right.
So right off the bat, that hurt Red Tornadoes a lot, not in terms of making it or doing it, but of just the deception that he was giving it right there.
The official, I'll tell you the truth, though, I'll reiterate what you said. There's no excuse to get confused like that. You know what I mean? Pay attention to what's happening
Not when you're the head umpire.
And watch what you're doing, because, again, you took the whole element of surprise away there. Now, whatever the surprise is still a surprise to Coach Williams, because he hasn't changed anything.
Nope.
He is still going to go for this on 4th down, and the ball sitting at Mount Carmel area is 49-yard line.
The only thing you might look for is maybe Veach trying to kick to the outside. We're setting up power, but he might want to try to get him around the end. He only needs that 3 yards again.
Wyoming Area brings everybody.
They're going right behind the power.
There
First down, Red Tornadoes and more down to the 41-yard line, and that's saying, here we come, Wyoming Area Warriors.
And again, what did he do? He got Veachy out around the end. You you hook that end with our tight end on the other side over there with Cuffy, and you get Veach out there, and he's going.
Gutsy call by the white man, folks. I'll tell you what, gutsy call by the white man. I'm impressed. You don't see that in championship football very often. But again, it pays off, and the ball now down at the Wyoming Area 40-yard line.
7:34 left in the first half out of the power eye. Gives the ball to Bailey, looks for a hole, and gains about 4 yards. Good run. Nice run by the Red Tornadoes. Tackle made by Paccioni in there.
And 77,
yeah, he's doing a heck of a job.
Kovic is all over the football field, ladies and gentlemen. I've got to say this. He is having one whale of a football game on defense right now for the Warriors.
And he's playing at right tackle.
But he ends up in every play somehow. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's an athlete out there.
Coming
he's somebody
in
we
with
need
some
to watch.
size, 6'4", 265 pounds.
They left the middle open, guys. And that's why, because they were able to shoot from both sides. It was going off tackle. Not much could be done against number 33, Brian Urban.
Well, it's the 3rd and 5 now for Big Red on the Warrior 35-yard line. And again, they're still saying throw the ball on me. They really are. They are just absolutely packing the line of scrimmage here and daring you to throw the ball over them.
Now, one thing we haven't seen on a 3rd down is their all-out blitz that they pulled in the first quarter.
Look at the line of scrimmage.
Now, yep.
Pitch to Veach, tried to take it outside. They spread it.
They got it out.
And they got it out, but is it close to a first
He's
down?
over the first down
It is
marker.
a first down.
Yep.
First down.
Tackle made by number 57, Al Felker.
I don't know if we're going to measure this or what.
Nope, there it is. First down at the 29-yard line.
Now the key here in the whole second quarter running the ball in this series is getting Veach to the outside.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what that's going to do, now you take a look at their defense is now shifted to the outside. Now you're opening up the middle.
Right. Now you come back and bit with Bailey.
Seavis gives it to Veach, tries it up the middle, finds some running room, cuts it back at about the 13-yard line, still on his feet to the 9, and about down to the 6-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes.
4-yard line.
And despite a 6-6 score, ladies and gentlemen, Big Red is dominating on offense right now. They have dominated the game on offense, but have only 6 points to show, but now threatening again. And Coach Williams, true to his word from Supper Club, Coach Williams said, we will run the ball, and they are running the ball.
Yeah, I think the only pass we looked at was number 8 down here in the first series to Mike Smith, which sort of helped because they were keying on everybody, and Mike was open out here, enough to pick up the first down in that first series.
Yeah, first and goal now from the 3, and Wyoming Area will take a timeout.
I'm not sure.
No,
Red Tornadoes, yeah.
We will.
We were actually short of back there, and then they had to call timeout. So with 5:30 left in the first half, the score, Red Tornadoes 6 and Wyoming Area 6.
But I'm going to give Coach Williams a lot of credit here. First of all, it's a confidence thing, I think. I think he's telling those kids, look, you will run the ball. You have the ability to run the ball and run it. And I'm not going to do anything fancy. We're not going to throw the ball. You know, we're just going to smack it down the field, and I'm going to expect you guys to do it. And I think that 4th and 3 call, is going to be a call we remember at the end of this game,
definitely.
too. You know what I mean? I really think he's saying to them, I have the confidence that you guys can do this. Now, you guys go out and do it. And once they did, here you see them now down on the 3-yard line. So I think a score here, and again, they're chewing up large chunks of the clock at the same time. We're putting together real long drives here. So I think it looks pretty good for Big Red right now if they can punch this into the end zone.
I think it looks pretty good when it's about 35-0. First down, Red Tornadoes, and goal to go. Give the ball to Veach. Finds a hole behind the guards, and Jonathan Else.
What a hole.
Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Daukus, Sinkovic, and Else. Baby, they have people laying on the ground.
The middle of that line absolutely destroyed the Warriors, and that was one heck of a hole that opened up. And Veach, to his credit, the play was not going in that hole, but he glanced over, and you could see the crack open up, and boom, he went right through it. And Big Red looks like it's going to go for a 1 here. I was wondering where we were going to do on this one, but we're going to settle for a 1-pointer here, it looks like.
Steve Sinkovic, or Mike Sinkovic, in to attempt the extra point.
There's
Snaps
offside.
back from Else to Paracella. The kick's up, and it's no good. It's off to the right side.
I thought there's a flag.
There's
a flag. I guarantee you there's a flag in the play, but I think it's going to go against us. I think I think somebody moved on the left side of the line there. We seem to be having a heck of a time with extra point attempts here on both sides of the ball.
An illegal shift.
Well,
that's our normal shift.
That's just a movement, though, at the point where the ball was being snapped. The Big Red, of course, now leading 12-6, but more importantly, have shut the Warrior running game down. They have no running game to speak of at this point in the ball game, and they are now starting to rely more and more on the passing combination of Marianacci to
Masinski, yeah.
And again, I don't think you can win the game that way. I think if you're going to have a shot at winning the game passing, you need to spread the ball around a little bit. And they're not attempting that right now. In fact, it's interesting to watch Marianacci when he goes back to pass. He doesn't look around. He has no determination to see who's open or what pass pattern's coming. He's looking for Masinski, and he throws it at him.
Well, we'll see how this brings into the second half here. 5:25 left in the second quarter. Sorry, second quarter, guys.
Seems like I've been here for about 5 hours already, for crying out loud. There was a power outage here that delayed the game. It didn't start until 7:45, and we've all been here from like 6 o'clock, so starting to become interesting here.
58, Mike Sinkovich will kick off for the Red Tornadoes. Deep for the Warriors, 44, Beck, and 13, Muzinski. Good kick this time in the direction of Muzinski at the 5-yard line. And the Red Tornadoes come up, and he sneaks by the sideline. That's that one play where you got to stay in your lane.
That's one mistake.
Yes.
And he found the hole.
Never, never leave the sideline. Never. Not when you've pinned him to the sideline. He just took a step and snuck by there, but that time the kicker, of course, Sinkovich, took a beat on him and put him down. But now the ball up at the 30-yard line. But again, he is an extremely dangerous football player for the Warriors.
He takes that ball on the 5, and he waits to see where the hole is opening up or where the defense is going.
Muzinski split far right this time. And Paccioni having problems with his helmet, so there's an official timeout here.
Now number 79 is looking at his head, so he's wondering whether it's the helmet or the head there. I don't know what we're doing there. You see him? He grabbed his head. I don't know what he was looking for.
They fixed it.
79 said, I don't think it's your helmet, I think it's your ear.
Scores from other games, Southern Area 27, Scotland 7.
Paccioni has to come off the sideline. He does have trouble with the helmet, so
he has a helmet or a head problem, depending on what 79 saw there. And they're slow to put a replacement in. 33 is going to go into the ball game.
Brian Urban.
Yeah.
He's the other linebacker, Warren.
Oh, okay.
And come in at fullback for Paccioni.
Yeah, well, Paccioni doesn't carry the ball does very often. Beck is really the featured ball carrier in this offense. Paccioni and now Urban is more of the blocking back.
I think we're going to see featured passing here. Try an option play to Beck, and it's on the ground. And down by Beck and closely nearly recovered by Daukus.
I'll tell you what.
That was the strangest looking play, though. One of the things you notice, I noticed with Marianacci is that he's not the fastest guy.
No.
You see how he made the turn there. He was already under pressure. He doesn't run real well. And I think first, he's a big guy. You know, there's nothing small about this guy. He's a 6'2", 195-pound quarterback, so he's a pretty big guy. But he doesn't show that real speed there. You're man-to-man with Muzinski over here in Chesney.
Out of this split-back formation, they're looking at Muzinski. Big rush that time by the Red Tornadoes, and down on the 15-yard line.
See, now, there's the case. Now, the big play here was with Chesney. Chesney backed off the line enough so he could not only read to see what the quarterback was doing, but also pick up Muzinski, number 13. Now, what that did was to put him closer proximity with Muzinski, which in that case there the quarterback couldn't throw to him.
But again, Marianacci never looked anywhere else. He never turned his head on the field.
He is looking at Muzinski. It is happening that way.
See, I think he's limiting the entire offense.
But what you're doing there is you're letting the dog, you're letting Malachowski, and you're letting Sinkovich run loose now. You're dead meat.
3:55 left on the clock out of the I formation, 3rd and 20 yards from the 19-yard line. Big rush from Oh, Malachowski's got him. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
That's Malachowski. He completely he took Marianacci's pants off. He really did. He just left him for dead at the end zone there.
Right there, Warren. You said 2 plays ago about Marianacci not having the speed getting back.
Right, he doesn't.
There, Malachowski, our defensive tackle, actually ran him down.
Right.
He did not have the speed to make the turn, either to get the ball out of bounds or to head towards the sideline.
Yeah, Marianacci, again, he's a good athlete and a nice quarterback, but speed-wise, now he got exposed really that time. And again, that was a screen pass. That's what he was attempting to set a screen up, but it was never going to happen.
No.
Because first of all, he never got himself turned around. He started backward and had to keep running backwards, and you can't throw that time.
And I'm telling you,
now where he should have went, the play there was go right out of the end zone.
And pick up the safety.
You know, get the heck out of the end zone and lose 2 instead of 6.
Right.
But I mean, when you're under that, who thinks about that? I mean, the pros don't do that.
With the 3 of us very excited up here, the trivia question is, who made the touchdown?
Mike Sinkovich.
Sinkovich?
Yeah,
okay.
Mikey Sinkovich recovered it.
Good. Fake to Veach. Sivas keeps it. Good stiff arm. Good for 2. 20-6 Red Tornadoes.
Beautiful.
Nice play that time by Sivas. Really did. Showed you some strength. 57 had the real beat on him. And 57 is Felker, the junior, 5'11", 180-pound guard. He was right smack in his way, and he just stiff-armed him to the ground. And a two-point conversion is made that time. The two-point conversions become some of the most interesting plays of the football game right now on both sides.
I'll tell you what, credit to that defensive line. You know, we've talked about this defensive line since the beginning of the season. We knew exactly what was going to occur all season long and how great they were going to play along with this linebacking crew. But I'll tell you what, you know, you're in the state playoffs now. Your hats off to them. They scored their touchdown, and they deservedly so. They've played an outstanding football game all season long.
Well, I just seem to feel that right now, at this point in the season, at this point in this game, I mean, I didn't think it was possible, but it's almost as if they've turned it up another notch.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just completely brutalizing the Warrior front line right now. And Marianacci, you got to feel bad for him because the two plays that were bad there, the one where he was really dropped for the loss, and then of course the fumble and the touchdown, he had no chance in either one of those plays to do anything, and it was really not his fault.
But again, it's the speed.
Yeah.
It's the speed that you're talking about.
The speed of that line ran him down. 58 Mike Sinkovich to kick off. 3 receivers this time back. It's taken by number 22, P.J. Regis, cuts it to the outside at the 11-yard line. Chesney gets trapped in, but then a good hit by Yusenchak.
Smith and Yusenchak. That's Smith, too.
And 88, Shellhammer.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
We're all in play-by-play now.
You can take it. That's why I shut up. I let you go. You were doing good, Wayne.
We're all in and out of it now.
I let you go.
Yeah, we're supposed to be professionals, guys, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry.
3:29 left in the first half. And Marinacci's got to start putting something up here, trying to go for something. I think they'll try some short passes. That's my.
They've got to get a quicker drop back is really what they need because he can't withstand that kind of pressure.
Out of the split back formation. Gets out there, hits Muzinski down the sideline. First down and more at about the 34-yard line.
Muzinski's the real athlete on this team, guys.
Yes, he is.
He's truly the top athlete on the football field for the Warriors.
I'll tell you what we need to do, though, is we're not looking to bump him out of bounds. We have to tackle him.
Yeah.
Because we've seen with his speed, even on the kickoffs, that he can move the ball and he can pick his holes.
And another odd thing, I think, for the Warriors, and I've seen this since the start of the game, after every offensive play, Marianacci goes to the sideline and then has to sprint back in. Something tells me that would start to tire me towards the end of the game.
First down and 10. Tries back up the middle. Gain of maybe a yard. I don't think he did.
Nope. They have not. They are in minus yardage on the ground right now, folks.
Evans, Cuff, and Malakowski on the tackle.
Cuff makes the initial hit there, right from the defensive end spot.
But you know, if you're watching this, you get that little 54, that little number flash by you once in a while. And every time you see that, you don't call his name in that tackle, but you know that he's doing something in there.
Yeah.
You know that he's completely riling up the entire center of the line.
Right, because for Steve Sinkoviches and the Meyer to get in on their blitz, it's got to be he's making a stunt move.
Got the one-on-one coverage with Muzinski again. It's on a pitch play again. The back has running room, has blockers, gets down the sideline, and a clip.
Play.
Chesney clipped on the play. 23 Pacioni, but we have a late hit out of bounds over here by the Red Tornadoes, so it's going to be offsetting penalties, and the play will come back to the original line of scrimmage.
Right.
Terry Meyer on that macadam, and so many times here at Shamokin we've seen guys go into the bench off that macadam.
That's the short sideline. That's one of the trademarks of this football field, and always has been. You got the short sideline when they put the track in here.
Right.
They put the new was it tartan, or what do they call it?
Well, it's an all-weather track, although the field has always been this size.
Right, yeah, they didn't move anything that way, but the track is what causes that, but real short sideline, especially on the visitor side where we're at now. When you come to our close side here, that's what happens.
This is offsetting penalties. It will come back and be second down and 9 yards to go. Very easy call, guys. Not a lot to talk about.
And a dead ball foul. Personal foul on Mount Carmel area.
Now, wait a minute. It's not offsetting.
Because it's a dead ball foul.
Right.
Okay.
10 yards back and 15 the other way.
10 that way, but now it's going to go.
No, wait.
Oh, no.
Wait.
On the 47
All right, I'm confused. So you guys figure it out. First down from the 47-yard line for Wyoming Area.
It was a dead ball foul.
Okay.
Not an offsetting penalty.
Okay. Thank you.
Only you can offsetting penalties, but if they both have to be dead ball,
okay.
You know, you can do that. Or you can both be live ball, but you can't have them inside like that. So that's what happened. You had to mark them both off, and we unfortunately had a 15. They had a 10.
2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Muzinski now comes to this side. Do you see how they switched him off of Chesney?
Flag on the play.
Big rush from Malachowski. Incomplete pass.
That's going to go against the Warriors.
Yeah, I think we had motion there.
Illegal motion called against the Warriors, a 5-yard penalty.
Well, there's the 5 yards back, and now you're right. Now it is offsetting penalty.
Good call, Warren.
Thanks.
First down, 15 yards to go. Now time to start watching the clock at the 2:23 mark of the first half.
Notice how tight the line is of the Warriors.
Yeah.
Shoulder to shoulder, all bunched together there. They don't have many big splits there.
Looking at Muzinski out here in the flat. Hits him, makes a good move, and knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, one of the things we absolutely have to do is tackle Muzinski at the point of catching the ball. We've got to be better at that because he is just a superior athlete out there. He really is. He has speed,
yes.
He has quickness and great footwork, and he has a real presence of where the defender is. He seems to know where he is all the time. And again, the Warriors adjusted with that short drop back, what we talked about.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what they've done.
But you know somewhere along here that hook is going to become a hook and go.
Yeah.
Paccioni, the lone back. Beck is in the slot formation, 2nd down and 4.
Now we're going to the other side.
Going to Kowalczyk. Incomplete.
Nice.
Good play by Paracella.
Right.
2:12 left on the clock.
I don't know if the ball was tipped going over the line there or something. The ball didn't look like a
looked like it got
pass.
touched. And again, that was the first time this evening that he threw to an alternate receiver.
Yep.
First time. That time he threw to the tight end. And he also, something I was going to say, look, again, he always comes and runs back, then he always must come to the sideline for the play. That's real unusual. You don't see that very often.
Big 3rd down play for the Red Tornado defense here. Out of the I formation. 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. Going to go to Beck. Sinkovic had him in the backfield. Beck still on his feet and knocked out of bounds for a first down at about the 37-yard line. Good run by Beck, and maybe the first run he had all half.
Yeah.
That's the first positive yardage really on a run.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, Steve Sinkovic had a beat on him in the backfield.
And again, and now a drive began to be put together by the Warriors with still 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in the half. So
you can help me with that, so I don't have to jump up and down. Did you notice that?
I can stand up and see that one easy.
First down and 10 from the Red Tornado 36-yard line. Quick pass, had Muzinski, incomplete.
No, that was again hit. It was tipped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody got a hand on that.
Malachowski, Jay, he's again in the quarterback space. And, you know, with his height, he's all over.
Well, see, unfortunately, that's the trade-off here. Now, he's only taking a 2 or 3 step drop. But when you do that, now you're susceptible to trying to get a lane because there's no lane opening up for you, and you got to throw it with a little bit of an arc to get it over their hands.
You're closer to the defensive line now. You're right.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Look for the fade pass to the corner of the end zone here.
Shotgun.
Yep, out of the shotgun. Snaps back. The blitz is on from Sinkovic. Gets a little pass away to the tight end. Good play. Gain of about maybe 6 yards to the 30-yard line.
A little shovel pass that time by the Warriors.
Well, he just had to get rid of it. That's all he could do.
And that's exactly what he did with the heat that was on him.
The clock continues to run now. 1 minute and 43 seconds remaining in the half.
3rd down, 5 yards to go, and I think expect at this point, Warren, to see that blitz coming a few more times.
Yeah, you're gonna see Coach Connolly put the real pressure on Marianacci and Marianacci. I keep saying Uchi.
Yeah,
it's Marianacci.
Marianacci, again out of the shotgun. Gonna go on that fade pass. Here it is. Oh, a nice hook. He hooked back to the 20-yard line. Took it a little longer this time, Muzinski did. Took it about 20 yards downfield, but then hooked back, Wayne.
Well, he got the ball on the 20-yard line, but he did not get out of bounds, so the clock should start as soon as the chains are set.
Yeah, minute 13 to go here, and
lots of time for Wyoming Area.
He's put the clock in play now, minute 10. Mariachi back in from the sideline with the play. The only team I've seen that does the quarterback shuttle. He shuttles his own play in.
Out of a power I formation. Looks like they're going to try to go to Beck on a draw play.
Ooh,
big hit,
Malakowski.
Malakowski crushed him on the line.
And now they're going to have to take a timeout.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Flag
I
on the
think there
play.
was motion to tell you.
Malakowski that time, guys.
Oh,
Jeepers, Christmas.
Ooh,
The all-state guy there. He proved his worth that time.
Well, some of the motion you have to watch is the quarterback actually makes a movement like he's getting the ball,
Right.
and it doesn't come back right
Yeah,
away.
Right.
It's either him or it was the right split man over here close to the chains.
49 seconds now remaining here in the first half. And I thought they were going to take a timeout, but they're going to use that penalty. The clock will start.
Muzinski and Beck split. This is a load formation. They have 4 receivers out. Got to get the big blitz on the quarterback. Have it is the fade to the end zone. Touch. Oh, he dropped it. He had it in his hands. Muzinski right in his hands, and he dropped it.
Ooh, that was a nice pass that time by Marinacci. Now, at that time, we had a quick shift into the shotgun formation, and what they're doing is they're doing everything in their power to give Marinacci enough time to throw the ball, and he did. You were right, Bob. You called that play 3 plays ago. He was going to head into the corner of the end zone on a fade pattern.
And they're all fade patterns. If you take a look at every one of his passes so far, there's nothing on line, nothing short, nothing over the middle.
35 seconds left here and a half. It's now second down and 15 for the Warriors. And, of course, the ball's at the 25-yard line.
Now take a look.
Double team.
Double team now.
Back to pass. Has the double team on. Big rush from Zinkovic. And Marinacci saw that. Oh, that's a penalty.
That should be a penalty.
That is a penalty all the way, and nobody there.
He called Beck was there, number 44.
But he wasn't.
But the ball actually hit the cheerleaders in the track.
You knew what Marinacci was doing there.
27 seconds still. This is the longest 2 minutes in history of a halftime here. 3rd and 15 now. Again, the ball on the 25-yard line.
Marinacci was watching Muzinski, Wayne.
Sure.
And what he did was when he saw the double coverage, he had no clue what to do.
Right.
He just kept running backwards.
And I'll tell you what, we brought Veach over. Veach was over with Chesney over here on the left-hand side.
This time they bring Walcott in, and he's replacing the big tight end, Williamson. So Walcott, a little bit of a speed receiver now. They've got everybody out in the pattern now.
Well, Beck is open here by himself right now, so we'll see what happens.
Veach is telling Nick.
Great play, Nick Chesney, interception.
Interception.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes.
And you knew it was going to happen. They changed the coverage. Mariachi was completely confused by what was happening in the defensive backfield.
Give the Red Tornado coaches credit. They waited till the right time to put that double coverage in and get the interception.
21 seconds now in the half. Mount Carmel Area takes the ball over, but again, you could tell the confusion in the Warrior backfield. Mariachi did not know what to do when he saw the defensive coverage change.
And the worst thing was the pattern wasn't a fade pattern. It was a post pattern, and you know, he ran into the double coverage.
Into the double coverage.
He threw right into the coverage, so.
Going to go quarterback sneak with Sebas, gain of about 3 yards.
Yeah, Big Red's going to be happy to try to wind this half out.
Definitely.
And the clock continues to tick, 13 seconds now. And unless the Warriors call a timeout, that will be the half. And did they or didn't they? No, they didn't. So they're 3, 2, 1, and that's the half.
At the end of the first half, the score, the Red Tornadoes 20, the Warriors 6. We'll be back with some halftime stats in 1 moment. Tornado defense and the coaching staff to double team at the end there too, Wayne, just to get Muzinski, and they had Marinacci and Muzinski fall into a real trap there.
Yeah, I'll tell you, and Veach in that case there came over, and he was the man that was helped Chesney out on the double team, and you see the different type of play there. Number one, the different type of route that was run the second time. I didn't think they expected it the first time. And Marianacci was sacked for a loss the first time because he was reading all the way down, and all of a sudden his receiver was double covered. The second time, instead of it being a fade pass, it was a post pattern pass, and it was more of an online rather than a fade pass.
Take a second here, folks, before we kick the ball off, and I forgot to do my homework for the first half, but of course you are watching WKMC TV, and we are broadcasting directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School over a microwave signal WLX 267. And ladies and gentlemen, we are an instructional fixed television service, and you catch us every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock on Channel 13 on the Service Electric Cable System. And as I always tell you, ladies and gentlemen, at 7:30 a.m. in the mornings on every school day, WKMC TV is live with all the news that's fit to be the news about Mount Carmel Area School District. And also one other quick note I want to throw in here. I want to say thank you to everybody here at Shamokin Area. Of course, this is not the first time they've done this for us, but they have agreed to host this game for us, and they have been nothing but absolutely cordial and helpful and gracious to us, and we want to say a big thank you to Shamokin Area.
Mike Sinkovich to kick off for the Red Tornadoes. A squibber kick bounces, taken by Muzinski on about the 15-yard line, takes it to the outside again, finds some running room and gets out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Nice moves by Muzinski there,
I'll tell you what, he has some quick feet. You know, standing still, he had Paracella, you know, waiting for him to make the move, and he still got around Paracella for about 5 more yards.
To be truthful with you, he's the kind of kid you wonder if you don't want to get him in the offense more in the backfield.
Right.
For what he brings to the game here.
Well, the last time Red Tornadoes played the Warriors, the Red Tornadoes had a 15-point lead, and it was taken away, so they have to keep their momentum up here, guys. Give the ball to Beck up the middle. Big hit by 58, Mike Sinkovich.
Yeah, my goodness.
No, it wasn't.
No.
65, Jeremiah Brown from Sinkovich's position.
And we have seen this every time he comes in for Sinkovich, he makes the play.
Yeah. Order letting him in.
Why not?
Well, Coach Conley talking to Sinkovich right now about something.
Oh, my goodness, though. What a hit that time by Brown. Oh, yes.
And you see the nice thing, everybody pats him on the back, you know, great job.
Second down, 10 yards to go for the Warriors. Back to pass, has time. And did he get it or not?
I don't know if he did. They're not signaling that he caught the ball.
It's right there.
Yeah,
on
okay.
First down?
He's right at the marker.
I don't know. You
yeah.
can't.
I can't
I
either.
would say it is.
Yep.
Yes.
Good catch by Muzinski.
Yeah. Again, they attempt the running play in the first play from scrimmage here, and it reflects the minus 16 they had in the first half. As I told you, and I knew it was true that they were in minus yardage. They just absolutely cannot run the football tonight. And I would think that this second half is going to be pretty much a Marianacci, Muzinski throw fest as we try to get to the end of the game.
Well, now we go to single coverage with Muzinski again. One back, lone back is back. They're going on that option play again. And I'll tell you what, Marianacci taken down at the 40-yard line by 60, Malachowski.
And he got, Marianacci's shook up a little bit. He got hurt a little bit. He got twisted around. That was a tough hit that time, and he's shaking up a little bit. And then he has to run to the sideline for the play on top of that. But you can tell he's not even coming all the way over.
No, he said, Coach, send it in with Muzinski. We know we're going to throw to Muzinski. Just send him in.
Now, don't make me run all the way over there because I'm having a little trouble figuring out where the huddle is right now.
I'll tell you what. You know, take a look at Mike Sinkovich and Malachowski. They're just eating up this line along with Jeff Evans in the center.
Boy, in the center looks like he gets that off bad. Look at Chesney staying with Muzinski on that play. And there he threw it away.
There it is. There's nobody
intentional
there.
grounding. And oh my gosh. Unbelievable.
There was not a white shirt near that ball. That was intentional grounding.
Well, that brings up third
down
13,
and
so
13, yep.
Very, very odd call that time, though. Usually you'd see the penalty flag fall that time, and he was under just such horrible pressure that time, again, by Sinkovich.
Sinkovich. I'll tell you what, you take a look in that first half, and the three people are dominating the center of that line, along with Daukus and Cuff. But those three boys in the center of the line just eating everything up.
Out of the shotgun formation, 4 receivers out. Luzinski looking on that big pattern. There's Chesney running with him this time, and incomplete. And the reason he gave it a wing, because of excellent coverage by number 2, Nick Chesney.
And also, I think the defensive rush. I think we're starting to dominate the line play here a little bit. We know on the run we are. Now we're putting so much pressure on Marianacci.
I see this play a couple times now where he goes into the shotgun, and my thought there would be he should be in shotgun all the time.
Sure.
I mean, what's the point of not being in it? You're not going to fool anybody here. You know where he's throwing it to. Why not go into the shotgun and give yourself that extra couple of seconds? Because otherwise, he's under just too much pressure.
Marianacci in the punt formation. A high spiral taken by Veach on the 20-yard line. Takes it to the Red Tornado sideline, finds some running room. Beck is going to run him out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. It's back at the 19-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Good coverage that time by Wyoming Area to follow Veach across the field.
Very good. They spread everybody out. There were nobody leaving a gap any place in the field for Veach to get out. And Veach did the right thing. Veach didn't take the hit. He just stepped out of bounds.
But when you get to this game, Warren, everybody's good.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, you don't get here without being good. That's the way it works.
Out of the eye to Veach. Off tackle. Finds some running room. Makes a good cut at the 29. Still on his feet, and he gets to the 28-yard line. Gain of about 8 yards. Had a 9-yard gain and tried and make it. He had to beat one guy for a touchdown.
Yeah, he only had to get around. He could get around him for that lone last foot tackle that he got there. But again, we look like we're playing with just absolute confidence now on offense and defense, where on the other side of the ball, they look a little shook and a little bit confused.
Well, now they might have switched their defense around. They've seen what Bailey could do and everything else, and now they're not going to key on Veach as much.
To Veach. First down and 10 at about the 34-yard line. Tackle made by number 14, Walcott.
Nothing fancy there, guys. I mean, we're not trying to fool you. We're just coming right at you there. And again, I have not seen them stop us when we decided to do this. So it could end up being a long half here for the Warriors, because if you took a look look how close to the line of scrimmage they are, even in that play there. Watch what they do and watch where the safety is, and that'll tell you their formation. When Buczynski comes up, and watch where he's going to end up at. He's going to inch himself up a little bit. Look how close he is.
And he's not even looking. He's not even looking at Cuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's the only defensive back. All Cuff has to do is go 5 yards straight down the field.
Bailey, the ball carrier, carries it for a 2-yard gain. Kovic in on the tackle.
Kovic he is right now the defensive line for the Warriors. He's having one whale of a football game.
8 minutes left in the third quarter, and right now the Red Tornadoes don't mind keeping the ball on the ground to keep that clock running down.
I mean, we could easily end the game right here and go home. It'd be fine with us.
Power right for the Red Tornadoes. Give it to Veach off the left side, and a great play made by number 23, Tony Piccioni.
Tony Piccone.
Oh boy, he murders it worse than I do, doesn't he?
He gave it a wearing on that one.
Gain of about maybe 2 yards. Red Tornadoes faced with a 3rd down and 6 yards to go. First long 3rd down play in a while.
I didn't see what were we cheering at.
They were cheering the announcer, the PIAA announcer corrected his Paccioni name.
He murdered that one.
Out of the split back formation. Big rush. Sebas tucks the ball away. First down and more, and he'll turn on the afterburners here. There goes Nick Sebas.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
Oh my, you see how fast he was there. He left, and 44 made one valiant effort that time, but Beck was not even close to doing anything right there. And almost a broken play to run for a touchdown, and unbelievable play by Sebas. But again, you see the athletic talent, and as we said 100 times, you don't coach that kind of talent.
No.
And
66 yards.
Yeah.
66-yard touchdown.
It's just there, and we're gonna at the end of this game, we won't be able to tell you this because of the situation where we're at here, but we're going to have racked up some enormous offensive yardage on the ground.
Snaps back from Else to Paracella. The kick's up. And it's good with 7:03 left in the third quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 27, the Warriors from Wyoming Area 6.
I'll tell you why. You look at that play, you look at Beck Beck is now, 15 yards downfield, and he has the angle on Sebas, and Sebas runs right by him.
Yeah, it was just, we've seen it so many times, and now the Warriors truly, the clock becomes the Warriors' problem. 27-6 lead, and really without a ground game, and they have no ground game now, so it's not even keeping you honest any longer. It's going to be really a passing game, and I think that Marianacci has shown that you got to put him in a shotgun, and he's got to look at more receivers than one. I think that's really the key. And I'm going to go back to that first half where I had said this, and now I'm going to back it up a little bit. When we went for the first down on 4th and 3 in our own territory. I really think that was a real turning point in this offense. I think Coach Williams was a fabulous call there by saying, guys, you're going to win this football game. You're going to have to do it right now. This is the way it works. And they just responded so well. But he's made some gutsy calls. And in fact, I gave him credit for the gutsy 2-point call when it was he didn't have the choice. But,
you gave
but I gave credit on that one. I thought, what the heck? That's the way to play football.
Mike Zinkovich to kick off for the Red Tornadoes. Bounces around, picked up by Muzinski, takes it to the right side of the field. First time tonight he goes over that way, and he's tackled at about the 24-yard line.
That's Smith coming off.
Mike Smith on the tackle.
.6:56 left here in the third period. I'm your clock spotter now from here on in.
Yeah, well, we have
no
a few
problem.
standees that are in the way.
It's no problem. We can do it.
And we apologize for the camera angle tonight, but the camera is where we usually sit them here at Shamokin. The Wyoming area coaches wouldn't let our cameras up there, so that's why we're down on the lower level.
Such is life.
Marianacci out of the split formation. Great play by Daukus to nearly get it. Muzinski for maybe about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, it was tough for Muzinski to do anything that time. The pass was thrown behind him a little bit, and he was trying to straighten himself back out and just lost his footing.
But the thing there is that you have Lentini coming over as the second man to pick up the roll back into the field where he was normally picking up his 3, 4, 5 extra yards after the catch.
Absolutely.
Second down, 6 yards to go. 6:23 left on the clock in the third quarter. Marianacci with trips right actually set up in this formation. Oh, in and out of the hands of Ron Lentini, and that was a touchdown. That was a touchdown.
He saw the end zone that time.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
Saw the end zone.
And he had it, too. He had it all the way.
Yep, just couldn't get the ball looked into his hands there, but he had a sure touchdown otherwise, and he could absolutely kick himself now. He's spitting nickels out there right now.
I'll tell you what, great coverage by the secondary tonight. They're just playing an outstanding game now that they've readjusted.
Third down and 6 yards to go. Chesney, he's out there covering Muzinski by himself. Marianacci looks just at Muzinski. Big rush from Malikoski. Tries to the short back Kowalczyk, and he gets to about the 34-yard line. Will be very close to a first down.
Where he puts it down, it is a first down. Unless he changes that, that's a first down.
And they're going to have timeout for a measurement.
Yeah, they're on the far side of the field, and I guess they don't want to take any chances, but it really does look like a first down from here. And I'm feeling obviously pretty confident they'll be able to make that call,
And actually, he looked like he was looking at Muzinski, Warren, but what happened, he had an end come inside, which was Kowalczyk, to make the play.
Yep.
It's going to be a little bit short, about 6 inches short.
There you have it. That's why I make the call.
Fourth down and inches.
Now, I'm thinking they got to go here, folks.
Well, he is the head coach from the Warriors is thinking the same thing.
You got to go here. Although it's really a dangerous play because the ball's sitting on the 33-yard line of the Warriors. So you don't make it here and you really shot yourself in the foot. So although you don't have the choice, you hate to be put in this situation.
They place the ball. It looks like it's about maybe 6 inches, and a fourth down and 6 inches in the third quarter with 6:05 left on the clock. Warriors come to the line. They're going to go straight I formation. Paccioni at fullback, Beck at the tailback. Timeout called Warriors.
Wyoming Area.
I think that's a good call that time. I mean, what the heck? You don't want to be saving anything. Well, we're having a real conversation on the sidelines with one of the referees down here, one of the coaching staff from the Warriors, and he's really hot about something, but I can't. Now he wants to call over the head guy. He's calling him over, and he's pretty hot about. Is that the head coach there?
Yeah,
is that Maranka?
it is. It is Maranka, and I can't figure out what he's looking at because really the same defense is on the field for the Red Tornadoes. They have not. I mean, they didn't make any switches or anything.
He's pretty fired up about something there. Now he's gonna get a chance to talk to everybody before he's done.
I think he thought he had first down.
That's what I thought.
He's questioning. I'll tell you what he's questioning. He's questioning what a line judge did over there. The line judge had 4 fingers up instead of the fist for 4th down. And I think he was thinking it might have been first down. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I don't know why you'd make such a stink at it. He's supposed to know what down it is. You know what I mean? Why is that so hard to figure out?
Well, and he was still going for it on 4th down. I mean, it's no different what he was doing there.
I know, but he was really hot about it. He's still hot about whatever it was. He's certainly having a great conversation with just about everybody's going to pay attention to him down there.
All right, 4th down. Inches to go for Wyoming Area from about the 34-yard line. Going to try back. Oh, they just missed him, but he still, yeah, he made it to the 34-yard line. Steve Sinkovich had him dead to right, and he just sort of ran by him. Good play, Steve Sinkovich, to blitz in there. 1st down and 10, Warriors.
First down.
And again, all that time, it's 5:59 now remaining here in the 3rd period, and the clock has become the arch enemy of the Warriors as it continues to tick down. 27-6 Mount Carmel Area, and Big Red still continuing to dominate the Warrior offense.
Out of the shotgun formation. Looked over the middle, hit initially by 80 Chris Coffin, finished off by number 60 Malakowski.
I'll tell you what, Malakowski's having one absolute whale of a football game out there.
Now on this side of the line, take a look at number 71, Dan Dowkus, and number 58, Mike Sinkovich. They hit their man. I don't know whether they thought it was going to be a screen to the side. Beck slips out to the left side. He had some blockers out there with him. They held their pursuit and stayed back.
Ball's on the 26.
2nd down, about 17 yards to go. Marinacci drops into the shotgun formation. Looks on that fade pattern. Here it comes again. And he's overthrowing right now because he's afraid of that pass right now. He's just not making it's not a pass that's really aimed at anybody. He's just throwing it up their way.
Well, the thing of it is, it is a timing pass. But it's a timing pass when he has enough of time that he can sit back and watch to see what his receiver is doing and then release the ball. It's got to the point now where Marinacci is just taking 3-4 steps back and releasing because the amount of rush and the abuse that he's taking back there from that defensive line.
3rd down, 17 yards to go. The ball on the 27-yard line. Double coverage on Muzinski this time. Out in the almost intercepted by 71, Dan Dowkus. Great play from the defensive end position, Dan Dowkus.
Oh, they read that all the way.
And Marinacci should not have thrown that. He should have seen there were too many red shirts in the way there. That was a dangerous pass, and now the Warriors are in a punt situation. It's 4th and 18. But that's not a pass he should have thrown. I mean, that one he should have just gone
And there's a case there in this series and the last series where they escaped 2 touchdowns. Lentini dropping the ball at, a certain touchdown there, and here's another one here.
Marinacci in punt formation, deep Veach and Sebas. Big rush, had to kick it off the side of his foot and bounces on the 48-yard line, down on the 42-yard line. 1st down and 10, Red Tornadoes in Wyoming Area territory.
Mount Carmel Area 1st and 10.
Of course, now field position really turns on the Warriors as Big Red takes it over at the 42-yard line of the Warriors.
Number 50, Matt Booker, into the game at guard for the Red Tornadoes. He'll take the place of Mike Sinkovich, and deservedly so. Mike had a whale of a game here, and give another guard a little time.
Although they must have chained Mike to the bench over there somehow. The only way they kept him out.
Lone back Bailey. Give the ball to Bailey up the middle. Great play by 77. Andy Kovic just tore across the tackle and the tight end.
Well,
he took everybody.
Kovic was actually supposed to be the trap block.
Right.
But he was already there before the trap could take him. And that was his heads-up play. But again, he is really having a great football game defensively here. And if you notice, he moves around a lot there. He's moving towards the power on offense, and he's just absolutely tearing us up right now on the defensive line.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Tries Veach on the outside, cuts it back. Good run to the 33-yard line.
Some great blocking on the right side of that Tornado line over there. Starting off with the center, Jonathan Nelson, number 75, Mike Sinkovich, number 58, Chris Shue, number 77, and Chris Cuff, number 80.
Power backfield coming in for the Red Tornadoes. Steve Sinkovich, Terry Meyer, and 60 Malakowski. Third down, about a yard to go. 3:26 left on the clock in the third quarter. Out of the power, gives it to Veach, finds the yard and more down to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, there's really 30. Urban that time had a little bit more to say with the play than he wanted to, but no flag thrown there. And of course, Big Red has done nothing fancy in the second half, but they're just going to drive the ball down. And it looks like the Warriors right now are powerless to stop this offense.
Lone back, Al Bailey. Sebas, back to pass. Looks downfield in the corner of the end zone. Intercepted. Number 13, Muzinski. What an athlete this guy is, huh, guys?
Excellent.
He's something to watch. He really is. And he's had himself a fabulous football game. It's going to come in a losing cause unless they make a gigantic effort here in the fourth third as it comes upon us. But again, the lack of a running game made them so one-dimensional that it really changed the game for them.
And then that one dimension we took them out of by double teaming on that side.
Yeah, they really got hamstrung right from the beginning when they couldn't put the ball anywhere up the field and ended up with minus yardage on the ground.
Marinacci goes from under center this time. He's going to try that option again, pitches out to Beck. Beck comes to the sideline. Good open field tackle by number 2, Nick Chesney. It gets about a 4-yard gain.
Taken now by number 2, Nick Chesney. Gain of 4. Second down.
Second down, 6 yards to go. Third quarter winding down, 2:33 left.
Coach Williams was really a prophet at the Supper Club by saying that the line play was going to determine the game, and it really did, and it happened on both sides of the ball.
Yes, it did.
You know, they offensively they have done nothing on the offensive line. They just can't control our defense, and then defensively we seem to be able to push them wherever we want and just have chalked up tons of yardage on the ground offensively.
Marinacci, the quick pass, hits it out in the flat to Muzinski, finds some running room.
It'll come back.
First down at the 34-yard line. Flag on the play.
Yeah, there'll be a hold on the defensive or the offensive backfield there somewhere.
Tackle was made by Nick Chesney.
And we're looking for the call right now. A legal procedure called against the Warriors.
That was a late flag there.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Legal procedure takes place at the beginning of the play, not at the end.
I think maybe he was looking for the flag. Muzinski arguing the call right now, so we...
Scores from other games, Schuylkill Haven 22, Riverside 19, and that's a final.
They move the penalty back 5 yards. It'll be a second down, 10 yards to go. Final score, Schuylkill Haven 22, Riverside 19.
Right.
good win for the Hurricanes from Schuylkill Haven.
Right. Yeah, another local team, one of our neighbors.
Well,
we like to see our neighbors
You like to
win.
see the Hurricanes and the Tornadoes win, don't you?
Yeah, we always like to see weather systems win.
They beat Riverside. Lone back for Wyoming Area. Going to try that option again. Pitches to Beck. It's on the ground and covered by Beck at about the 14-yard line.
Let me tell you.
Marinacci got killed, didn't
Number 80, Chris Cuff, and number 60, Malakowski. Marinacci is not going to forget those two numbers until he finishes his career in football, because they are just labeling him no matter what he is doing. And I'll tell you what, right now it sort of looks like it's taking its wear and tear on Marinacci.
He's played a courageous football game. He really has. He's taken some momentous hits and has gotten up from each one of them. But really, you can see that the Warriors are run down a little bit right now, a little bit frayed at the edge.
Marinacci rolls. Looks downfield, out in the flat, hits Muzinski at the 32-yard line. First down, Warriors.
They really need another receiver to make this go. You know what I mean? They're short a receiver here. I mean, you're going to let him, and now we're letting him catch the ball a little bit, knowing that it's not going to damage us. I mean, they're letting him in front and they're letting him catch the ball, but they're not going to win the game that way, and he has no other go-to receiver that we can tell. He's occasionally thrown the ball to 80, Kowalczyk, the senior tight end, but even that's been done sparingly throughout the game.
First down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Marinacci back to pass, rolls right this time. Gets a big rush from Cuff, and he's down, and a flag on the play. And I'm not sure where that flag was. It was out. Well, it could be interference out there or illegal use of the hands.
Well, we're signaling we want to decline it, so it's got to be against them. I mean, Steve Sinkovich declined it already.
Now they're waving the flag off.
That's 3 times now I saw a flag picked up and waved off tonight. Now, I don't think I've seen it all year. You know, if you have more referees at this game than you had in the entire year,
right?
And it seems like you have less of an idea what's going on sometimes than you do when you have the normal amount.
Second down, about 20 yards to go. 38 seconds left in the third quarter.
And I mean, I guess when you're in a playoff game like this, I mean, everybody's trying to be so precise and see the whole thing, and I'm sure that's what it is. But it just seems odd that happens so often in such a big game. Then
Kowalczyk and Muzinski are split far left for the Warriors. Going to try it up the middle to Beck or Paccioni, but Jeff Evans in there, 58, Sinkovich, and 60, Malakowski. It was Paccioni. No gain, third down and 20.
Again, the interior of that line, not moving at all.
End of the third quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 27, the Warriors 6.
Again, I have to do my homework quickly this time since I forgot it, and I'm going to bunch it up a little bit. But we are WKMC TV, broadcasting directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School. We are an instructional fixed television service, and you catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on Channel 13 of the Service Electric Cable System, and of course at 7:30 a.m. of every school day, WKMC TV is live.
I think D'Amico might have did that on purpose.
He might have.
But master control, of course, is Joe D'Amico down in the truck, and of course the camera people tonight are Joe Mazer, Joe Gushin, Joe McGinley. A lot of Joes in this crew. You notice that? John Beluda and Ryan Devine, and of course down in the truck is my main man George McPhee. And I guess we've said as many things as we can say about these young men and women who make this whole studio work, and of course for George. And there's never really going to be enough words that we're going to be able to say about George McPhee, folks. He is truly the inspiration and the reason that this all occurs, and we just want to say thanks, as we always do.
Marinacci goes to Muzinski on the end around. He goes for the corner. Great play made by 29, Josh Paracella. What a tackle.
Yeah, Paracella had him all the way and took an angle on him there and really brought him down quick. And
great play. I'll tell you what, the other one that really helped there was number 71, our defensive end. He strung out the tackle the whole way and number 13 had to go out. Muzinski had to really round his pattern out.
With the 4th and 16, the Warriors are loath to punt, but they're going to have to in this field position.
Marinacci to punt, snaps back, kicks away. Jeff Evans gets a hand up, bounces on the 49-yard line, gets a good Wyoming area bounce this time, and will be down on the 34-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 34.
Yeah, good decision not to try to field that one.
Oh, definitely.
There's no reason to pick that
No
ball
reason.
up.
No reason at all. Red Tornado offense comes onto the field. 4th quarter, big lead for the Tornadoes, Wayne.
Oh, I'll tell you what, they come out again, you know, it's amazing what they can do from 1 week to the next, and they're just getting sharper and sharper after every game.
Going out of the split backs, put Smith in motion. Pitch back to Bailey to the opposite side. Bailey still on his feet and gains about maybe 3 yards on the play.
One thing about Bailey, he's not happy until all 11 of them have hit him. Take a look. You have 9 out of the 11 people on defense on the pile over there.
2nd down, about 8 yards to go.
You picture him in that pileup going, okay, no, not yet. There's still 2 left. Wait till you get a hit at me.
Out of the split backs again. Give it to Veach. Off the right side, does a great job of bouncing off a player and gets out of bounds at about the 50-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes.
That time he ran right through Brian Urban. I
Yeah.
mean, Urban had a clean shot at him. He ran right through him.
It is right on the 50-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. 10 minutes left in this ball game.
And very, very shortly, time will have slipped away for the Warriors. They will not be able to catch up in this football game, and especially so one-dimensionally on offense. It's just not going to happen. In fact, some of their people are beginning to file out of the stands now.
Give the inside handoff to Mike Smith, and he loses a yard.
Mike Smith on the carry. Lots of
Mike's
fun.
saying, where'd everybody come from? Again, Kovic in on the play that time.
Andy Kovich and number 36, AJ Roman.
And he leads the Warriors by a large margin
definitely.
tonight on defense. He really has been the man on defense.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Van Doren now into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes. Puts Van Doren split far right and 29 Paracella split far left. Straight drop back. It's going to be a screen. Hits Veach on the screen. He's got blockers out there. Good block. There goes Veach. He's to the 20. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes on a great screen play. And one guy had a shot, but then some good blocking by the Red Tornado line, guys.
Such a run, though. My goodness, what a run that kid just made. Oh, my goodness. It's poetry in motion watching that guy run down the field. And that has now prompted a mass exodus out of the Wyoming area stands in front of us here.
Mike Sinkovich in to attempt the extra point. Snaps back from Elsta Paracella. It's down, the kick's up, and it's good with 9:23 left in this ball game. The Red Tornadoes 34, Wyoming Area Warriors 6.
And Big Red is clearly sending a message through the rest of the state playoffs that actually the championship trophy is going to go through Mount Carmel if you're going to bring it home. So really other teams, and we're going to look down, and our last report, and of course you already know this, but the last report had Marion beating Bermudian Springs, and of course Marion, a team that we faced and beaten already at Marion. So
October 10th?
Yeah, they can't be real happy seeing this score right now if they are indeed the team we end up playing. So and again, I think Coach Williams was right all along about the peaking at the right time and kind of rising to a crescendo right when you really needed it in the state playoffs. And talk about firing on all cylinders. I don't know what else we could do.
You know what? You're right. You know, we've seen them, you know, against Selinsgrove, and we thought, boy, look at it. Look at how how smooth everything is, you know.
That's where we first started talking about it.
Yeah, and then we first started, and then it was the next week. You know, Line Mountain and everything else, and now they're playing probably one of the best teams, and probably the best team from up in that area. And can we turn it up one more notch?
Well, it's
like,
a team that gave Berwick a tussle the last 2 years.
That's right.
Berwick beat them, but they did play them tough the last 2 years. Bouncing kick, hits Muzinski at the 13-yard line, brings it to the right side of the field, finds a hole. And still on his feet, knocked out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
He's the first player this year that's broken sideline containment consistently. And that's a sign of a good football player.
Yep.
We've had some kids run up the middle on us. You know, we break one up the middle, and there it's more luck by just escaping two or three guys.
Yep.
But here's a kid that consistently turns the ball upfield at the corner on one of the fastest kickoff coverage teams you're ever going to run into. You got to give him one heck of a credit because he's had a great football game, really has.
Marinacci and Muzinski look at each other, and I imagine that's the way we're looking. We are. Muzinski out in the flat, catches the ball one-handed at the 48-yard line and gets it down to the 46. Great catch by Muzinski.
He did a lot of concentration on that.
Tip and catch on his own.
Of course, Muzinski, a senior, he's playing his final football game for Wyoming Area tonight.
Second down, 5 yards to go. Boy, and Marinacci does put a lot of yards on his legs running in and out.
I still wonder about that a little bit. I don't think I would use that. But again, everybody has their own way of doing things. But it just seems like you wear a quarterback out a lot, having to run back and forth.
9 minutes on the clock, and they go from split back. Muzinski tried to hit the tight end, and he had the ball. Good pass to Dean Williamson. First time they ran the play all night, and that was going for a big game, guys.
They sent him straight down the middle, streaking, and he's one load. He's 6'2", 225 pounds for a tight end, and showed some nice speed that time. I mean, he's the kind of guy, if he does catch the ball, he's a nightmare trying to bring him down because they're trying to stop a car going downfield.
Third down, 4 yards to go. Marinacci out of the I formation. Gives it to Beck. Big hit by number 60, Malakowski.
I'll tell you.
Malakowski's unstoppable right now.
Yeah.
He is just absolutely unstoppable.
Last 3 games, he dominated his side of the field, and tonight he's on. It seems like he's on both sides of the field, along with Mike Sinkovich and Jeff Evans. They're just eating this line apart.
Not hard to see why he's All-State.
Oh, I know.
Fourth down for the Warriors, and they're in punt formation. Marinacci, the punter. Lone back for the Red Tornadoes this time, number 5, Nick Sebas. And timeout called by Wyoming Area.
I think we're sort of missing a player for Wyoming Area.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And they're all going to talk it over right now.
They're definitely short a guy that time. We had 10 guys trying to line up. And I believe that offense has felt that it's had 10 guys the entire game. They seem like they're 1 guy short since the beginning here. It's just been a real tough night for the Warriors offensively. Not able to move the ball on the ground whatsoever. Have put together a nice passing game, but it's been ineffective in that it has not scored any. It scored 1 touchdown, but it has not really done any damage. And right now, it's relegated now to a short passing game, which is something we haven't said much about, but where it started off in to midfield, a long passing game in the first half, it just slowly degenerated into a short passing game. And when you're down, and especially now you're 34-6, but even when you were down 20-6,
fake punt
too, that's what happened.
Fake punt, but Beck will not get it. He's down to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, we're definitely looking for that. That's for sure.
There's a change at guard. We see 74 O'Brien into the lineup, and with the leg problems he's had, it's nice to see him in the game, Warren.
I'll tell you what, O'Brien right now, and the only thing I can say about him is Matt O'Brien is one courageous athlete. Had a pretty vicious knee injury, and has been cleared now to play again. In fact, he was cleared before and then came up with a little bit of a problem. So to have him come in, and to have a kid still want to play football that bad, is truly a great thing to see.
We're going to go Bailey up the middle. Gain of about maybe 3 yards, and just a great tackle made And on the bottom of the heap, getting up there, number 7, Kovic.
You know, people don't realize what it's like to get hurt like that, and then to come back and want to play badly enough, because in the back of your mind, I don't care if you're Matt O'Brien, I don't care if you're in Division I or if you're in the pros, that thing in that back of your mind is saying, what if it hits your knee again? You know, what if my knee gets hurt again? I have to go through this whole thing all over again. So I'll tell you what, and I speak for Matt O'Brien and any other player that you see do that. When they come back from an injury like that and still want to play football, they're courageous athletes.
Sebas rolls left, keeps the ball, cuts it around, and gets to about the 46-yard line. He'll be short of a first down by about a yard. Well, we're moving it back, so it'll be about 2 yards. Bailey went out there. He took a shot on his leg, and he limped off the field. Not real bad, but he had a limp to him, and 47 Sinkovic was in at the fullback position.
And he's still in the game now, or I assume he's in a line still back up. Although I think we saw, wait, I see them line back up. Who was the other guy that came in there?
Meyer.
Okay, you got Meyer in there now in the backfield. And going to that famous cheater back formation.
Now look at the left side. Look at the gap they have there.
We're still going right. First down and more to about the 40-yard line, and they're just daring them to go there, and we're going there. That's a great run.
I'll tell you, you look at their defense, and they are shifting over, and I'm going to assume everybody that sees that play from here on out is going to set up their defense the same way. But as soon as you overshift and set up your defense to the power, you're weakening your defense on the weak side. And we've seen that play already, set up power right and run left.
The big man Kovic comes out of the game for the Warriors, and I'll tell you what, he is a warrior.
Yes, he is.
He's a warrior in there today. Look at him.
6'4", 245 or 65 pounds.
Power right for the Red Tornadoes. Sebas keeps the ball. Now he's going to cut it backfield, and Beck's the only guy that can get him. And he tries running through him, and he gets down to the 32-yard line. What a great play.
Yeah.
That was actually a great play for the Red Tornadoes. 6:04 left on the clock.
You know, you look at Kovic coming out of the game, and you got to love him. Look at his uniform.
Yeah.
He's completely caked in mud, dirt, and sweat and everything. You know he played a football game when you see him come off the field like that.
Second down, about 2 yards to go.
Malachowski and Meyer leave the offensive lineup now for Big Red.
Steve Sinkovic remains in at the fullback position for the Red Tornadoes. Big gap up the middle here. Sebas keeps the ball, going to roll to his right, finds running room, and out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. I think Muzinski with the stop over there.
Booker is into the lineup now, and I'm assuming he's going at that guard position for Big Red. I don't see Bailey sitting anywhere. I'm trying to look at the far sideline, so he's got to be in the crowd somewhere there. So he's not actually sitting down being looked at or anything. No. He's just standing in the crowd right now. And really, with a 34-6 lead, even if you got a slight ding, there's no reason to play him here. I mean, we got another game going here, boys. We're gonna go down in the Eastern Final next week, so you got to be careful here with everybody.
Out of the I formation. Fake to Sinkovic.
Oh,
Sebas keeps it on the draw, finds some running room. 5, touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
Oh, did that play again? We've seen that play against the Shikellamy Braves. That was the first time we've seen, and Sebas take off for 65 yards there. And again, Wyoming Area completely taken by surprise. We had run the student body right 2 or 3 times. All of a sudden, we set up to run it right. Sebas takes his normal step, rolls back around, and takes the hole on the left-hand side up through Jonathan Else and Dan Daukus on the left-hand side.
Snaps back from Else to Paracella. The kick's up.
Ooh, that was going to go to the side.
And no good.
Even I call that one.
With 5:15 left in the ball game, the score, the Red Tornadoes 40, the Wyoming Area Warriors 6.
What a performance, again, in an Eastern semifinal playoff game. We are taking absolutely no prisoners here, folks. This is a team on a mission.
Well, you don't. You don't take prisoners here. This is where you keep playing and you finish it off, and that's it.
Here you go. You know, you got the Tornadoes. Their ranking for scoring average is 51, 51st ranking with 32, an average of 32 points per game. Wyoming Area 58 ranking with 31.75. But here, the points allowed, Tornadoes 31st, 9.08 points. State ranking for Wyoming Area 146th with 14.58.
Yeah, and obviously they've given up just tons of yardage and points here tonight on defense. And really, and we felt, I guess, I mean, the way everybody spoke, and both up in Wyoming Area and here, felt this was going to be the real matchup, that both teams were evenly matched. They both played the same kind of offense, both showed the same kind of defense. But really, other than the first 2 or 3 minutes of the football game, they have never been in it. They really haven't. They've done nothing to threaten and nothing to show that they could win the game. And just a dominating effort by Big Red.
58, Mike's in coverage to kick off. Ball bounces out of bounds at the 11-yard line, and most likely the Warriors will take it over, first down and 10 on the 35.
And again, you know, Bob alluded to this at the beginning of the game, and it's going to be the speed of the Tornadoes that really is going to show forth here in this game. And I'll tell you why. You take a look at Sebas ripping down the sidelines. You take a look at Bailey. You take a look at Beach. I mean, we're just, you know, they're just ripping up and down. And Wyoming Area just cannot keep up with that speed.
Wow. Bailey, Veach, and Sebas have gained 100 yards in this game. The first time ever in Mount Carmel history that 3 backs have gone over 100 yards.
Unbelievable.
Wow, in a playoff Eastern Championship game here.
Unbelievable.
Out of the I formation. Pitch back to, not sure who the ball carrier was, and 11's the new quarterback, which is Andy Castanaro.
Number 22 was the ball carrier that time.
22 was in there, which is P.J. Regis.
We have a Castellino and a Castanaro on this thing.
Right.
We got to be careful here with our Narrows and Ely's. This is an extremely Italian team. Take a look at some of the names there.
4:46 left on the clock.
And of course, Big Red, and I'm guessing that Coach Williams is, and this might be where it is. This might be what he's doing. Yes, here it is. Standing ovation for the defense. He does it every time he has the shot at it. He does it here tonight. And I can't think of another time since I've watched this defense where they deserved it more.
Nope.
Just outstanding on defense. And offense, I mean, boys, what do you say about 3 guys over 100?
Right, and the other thing is, you know, 33 points of that up there on the board is from the offense. So offense put on a show tonight, too. Both teams well-deserved applause.
Yep, absolutely.
Well-deserved. Well, I'll tell you what. Marancha, how's the coach's name pronounced? Paul
Maranka.
Maranka is not going to be thrilled about coming down here, getting tossed twice by Berwick in the last 2 years, and now Mount Carmel really putting a lesson on him.
This was a pretty good beating here.
Out of the I formation. Pitch back, Regis the ball carrier.
Oh, that's 50, it's like 51. Karpinski on the initial hit that time.
Karpinski with the initial hit, helped out by 41 Moroz and also number 6, Yasenchak. 4:17 on the clock and winding down.
Kovic out of the game, and I'm thinking he's probably out of the game now for good. And there's no reason he should go back in. He's done all he can do. He was a one-man wrecking ball in line of scrimmage for as much as he could do, but he had very little help. This is what really happened to him.
Pitch back, 25 the ball carrier, which is Radazzo. Gets around the outside, finds running room, turns his speed on, and knocked out of bounds. I guess 83 was in there on the hit for the Red Tornadoes. Hutchko. But it'd be nice to see the yards gained up to that point, because I don't think there was, many on the ground. I don't know if we can say that on the air, can we?
only cause up a controversy on that one, but we appreciate it. We appreciate
a very nice comment from. It's actually Kovic's grandfather.
Yes, he was a great
sat
guy.
here by us tonight, and we have to give some Wyoming area fans here great credit, and in particular the grandfather of Andy Kovic. Good play, Karpinski again, and takes him back for about a 4-yard loss.
.328 remaining. Time continues to tick away.
Boy, Karpinski putting together a game right here, isn't he, at the end? And you question why they have Muzinski. Well, his senior year, I guess they keep him in there for one more play.
Yep. He played a whale of a football game. He has nothing to be ashamed of. He really doesn't. He's done all you could ask a football player to do.
Out of the I formation. Castanaro pitches back. Regis gets the ball, takes it to the right side, and this time he stopped after about maybe a 4-yard gain.
And Sean Thomas was really the guy that chased him down on that.
Sean Thomas on the stop.
Oh. That was Randazzo. Yep.
A little help there. Thank you.
Probably his dad. 2:27 on the clock and winding down.
Coach Marenka's got almost an entire new squad in there right now. You can see all the clean shirts and uniforms in there. So he's put a whole bunch of new people in there on offense too now.
Roman, the lone back, number 36.
Back to pass.
Castanago back to pass, and incomplete through the hands of number 14, Brian Walcott. 4th down and 12 yards to go, and probably. Let's see what they're going to do here.
Yeah, we're going to go for it. You have one last pass.
I would think so, wouldn't you?
That'll be the end for them if they don't make it. Castanaro will be we'll try to throw one more. I mean, you got to look at Wyoming area, and of course, this score notwithstanding, had an excellent football season.
Yes, they did.
You don't get to the Eastern semifinals on your looks, okay? I mean, you get there by playing good football. So, you know, unfortunately, the score is where it is right now, but they just met just a fabulous football team right now.
Castanaro back to pass. Big rush from Moroz. Big rush from O'Brien. Moroz picks up the ball. He's going down the sideline. Touchdown, number 41, Mickey Moroz.
The missile. The missile just scored a touchdown.
Would you say this young Tornado team is happy? Look at him in the end zone.
Look at him down there. And he's had a great year, Moroz. He really has. He's done some really special things out there. And you see a kid like him, he's blooming every time you watch him play. And it's just nice to see him be able to do that. I know that Coach Williams winced. I mean, he did not want to add another score here, absolutely. But what are you going to do? You also can't tell him to stop playing. You know what I mean?
You're right. And I'll tell you what, in the last 4 weeks, every time we've seen that second team take the field, they've improved and improved against some first teams also.
Officials timeout.
No idea what we're doing. No idea what we're doing now.
I think Mike Sinkovich needed 4 extra point kicks.
He needs this one to tie.
To what? Tie.
To tie.
Is this the 4th one only? He needed 4 only. Didn't he have 4 by now or not? No. Snaps back from Elster Paracella. It's down. It's up. And the kick is good. Well, we'll bring it to you next week, but that's probably a tie win.
That is the tie. When I was down talking to Jose, he said at halftime that he needed 3 more extra points to tie the season record of 45, and he has done that.
Single season record. That's pretty neat.
He got real close. We saw him get real close to it in the other championship year, and then just had that terrible outing during the win. But to him, it must have been absolute horror that he didn't get one in. But I mean, more power to him. And of course, another game to play next week, so it looks like he's going to probably pop that one over and own it. And he deserves to own it. Let's face it. If anybody deserves it, he does. Of course, you don't feel that way, I'm sure.
No, I do. I'm right.
If anybody deserves it, he does. Wayne's standing next to
He certainly does.
If you want to hit me, go ahead.
No, that's okay.
I didn't mean it that way. That didn't come out good at all, Bob. You know,
I heard it. I just sat and I kept very
I know
quiet.
Bob's not in on this at
You
all.
weren't going to do anything on that one, but it's not the way I meant it.
I'm enjoying the victory. Number 6, Yasenchak will kick off for the Red Tornadoes. And one great thing about this score, we won't have any traffic coming home.
No, most of the Wyoming area is gone, and even a good portion
our
of us
side.
have headed out the door right now.
Yasenchak, good kick by Yasenchak.
Yeah.
Taken by 41.
No, that's 44.
44.
back.
44 back, and he tries it outside, but a great tackle made by number 30, Zublik, for the Red Tornadoes.
There's, again,
Nice.
Zublik, another kid we
Yep.
keep calling his number all the time. Makes the best of every opportunity that he gets in. Really does.
And a great job by O'Brien to knock that ball loose. We have
Yeah.
to make mention of that. I mean, he do a great ball. He went right after the ball, Wayne.
Really nice, I'll tell you what. Just to see Mickey trying to pick that ball up and take off with it, that was a joy in itself, and seeing him down in the end zone. But you are right, you know, and we did say it, that the second team, that defense has improved week after week, and this is what you want to see. This is the type of game that they want to be in. It's a championship. This is where you get your experience.
Rick Przyslumski into the Tornado defense. 120 and winding down. Tries it up the middle. Roman finds some running room, and good tackle made by number 85 for the Red.
Roman on a carry.
Yeah, Justin Dillo. Clock keeps one. No, it doesn't. They actually stopped it. I guess the mercy rule is not in effect, or
It's going now.
I don't know.
I have no
They
clue.
started the clock, right? 1:05 left on the clock.
First down.
Out of the eye. Give the ball to Roman, the fullback again. Yasenchak with the final tackle, and they just stopped him there.
Initial hit in the backfield
Oh,
was
57,
number 57,
Brian Swaldy. Thanks, Wayne.
You're more than welcome.
Warriors are going to run another play. There's 42 seconds remaining here. One more play will be run off, and that should do it.
Pitch back. Tries to get him outside. He doesn't. He makes a cut, and a good tackle made by 55 from the Red Tornadoes, which is Dave Shoppy, and 37, John Kirpridge.
11 seconds, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The clock will tick down. The Warriors will decline to run another play, and the Red Tornadoes of Mount Carmel Area High School will advance to the Eastern Finals.
That's it. The final score, Red Tornadoes 47, the Warriors 6. What a performance tonight, guys. As they meet on the center of the field, we'll wrap it up here, and you just can't say enough about the offense and defense. Total team effort by the Red Tornadoes.
Absolutely, and well, of course, the good thing is we'll be looking at a Shamokin game next week again here, and again, I cannot say enough about the fine folks in the Shamokin area. They did an absolutely great job down here, and always treat us as guests and kings when we come down here in a playoff situation. So we look forward to seeing them all again next week and being treated again as well as they do. So it's something to look forward to. I'm assuming, and again, it's a guess, but I'm assuming it's Marion that we're going to be seeing. I didn't hear the final of that one, but
it appeared to be that way because as the third quarter started there, we saw the Bermudian spring coaches, which were down in front of us, get up and leave.
yeah, they left. That was a good signal.
It was a signal that maybe they didn't need to see Mount Carmel anymore.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot we can. We said everything we can tonight. I mean, what else can you say? You watch the game. They were just absolutely outstanding. They were superior in every phase of a football game. And that's all you can ask for.
Including coaching, because right now coaching, we had this team scouted, and that's what really matters. Yep. That's what really helps.
We took away the few things they could do.
They gave it to. They left Nucina do as much as he could until we got toward the end of the second quarter there.